Lions TV, this is your pre-match prediction for this Saturday's long arse away trip to Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium. We are obviously off the back of a very disappointing 2-0 home defeat to Blackburn Rovers, and we'll be looking to rectify that. But on the back of that result, which was live on Sky, I cannot see many of our fans making the long 9-hour round trip on a cold Saturday in January. Let's take a look at the 11 that I think Neil Harris will pick to start the match. So I'm going to give you Harris's 11, and then I'm going to give you my 11, and then I'll give you the reasons for my 11, because my 11's a little bit out there, but we'll get to that. I think the gaffer's going to pick Jordan Archer in goal, Marlon Romeo at right back, Shane Ferguson at left back, Jake Cooper with Sean Hutchinson alongside him. I think it's going to be Ben Marshall left midfield, Jed Wallace right midfield, Ryan Tunnicliffe and Ryan Leonard in the centre, and up front I think it's going to be the onion bag, AOB, alongside the return of Lee Gregory at the starting lineup. Is that 11 I would pick? No, but I'm pretty sure that's the 11. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm quietly confident that's the 11 the gaffer will pick. Shane Ferguson's got to play. Ben Marshall, I'm sure, will come straight back in if he's fit enough to start. Aidan O'Brien will keep his place up front, I think. Although Morrison did play well when he came on against Blackburn, I just think that we'll start with AOB, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that Lee Gregory will be back to start. The team that I would pick is this, and listen, before I get into it, I know that it's never going to happen because I know we will play 4-4-2, but just humour me and let me imagine that if I was the manager Saturday, this is a team and the formation that I would pick to best suit to get a result at the Riverside. Jordan Archer in goal, Marlon Romeo right back, Shane Ferguson left back, Jake Cooper with Sean Hutchinson alongside him. Then I'll play a central midfield three of Sean Williams, Ben Thompson and Ryan Leonard. Then almost as a 4-5-1 when we're defending, but a 4-3-3 when we're attacking. I'd have Marshall on the left, Jed on the right, both playing high, in behind the lone striker and the machine of a man that is Lee Gregory. I think that's a great formation. I think it's the way forward. I think it's the best way to utilise a lot of our squad. We won't be going up there going nuts looking for 3 points anyway, so it won't do us any harm. And you know, when you look at those formations, where you've got to visualise a little bit beyond those. You know, what you can see there on the screen, it's not table football. The players can shift in and out of different places and formations. As I said, defending it's going to be more of a 4-5-1. Going forward it's going to be more of a 4-3-3. And with those two wide causing trouble, playing high up and getting in pockets and areas that will cause defenders problems, getting the ball in the box for Lee Gregory, you know, it's just, to me, it just on paper it just looks so much better, and I think it can work. The time's come now for Ben Thompson to come back in. You know, and I'd like to see him break the play up and feed Williams to deliver the ball forward, you know, with his passes. And then obviously that will allow Leonard to wander on further forward and get involved with the front one and the wide two. I do like Leonard going forward, you know, it's just, as his all-round play, he don't bowl me over. But I like him going forward, I like his ideas, I like his confidence going forward. So I think all three of our midfield players, listen, our whole squad would be better suited to a different formation. On a side note to that, if Conor McLaughlin was fit and Ben Amos was fit, I'd play both them, because I'm very quickly going off the idea of Marlon Romeo as a right back. Again, if we change that formation and we played wing backs, I've loved Marlon playing there, but his defending isn't great. And I know behind Usain Bolt and Linford Christie, he's the third quickest man alive, but I just think that Conor McLaughlin is a good defender. And as a right back, you know, do your job, defend. First and foremost, defend. And once we defend and we stop conceding goals, then we can consider wandering forward. But yeah, that, you know, for me, that would be the 11. But I'm pretty sure that the 11 I've said Harris will pick, I'm pretty sure that will be the 11. Moving on to our opposition, managed of course by the legendary stalwart and the oldest man I've ever seen to regularly wear a baseball cap. It is Tony Pulis. He's been around here for a while now. He came in last season as their thirdly appointed manager of that season, I think. They just missed out last year in the playoffs, losing to Aston Villa over 2 legs. And they're looking to bounce back in the Premiership. They're a big club with a big budget, and they currently sit 5th in the table. But for me, they'll fade. They always seem to fade away. And it's a shame, because they've got a big fan base, as we saw on the last game, the last away game of last season. You know, they spend big. They've not messed about, and they're there or thereabouts, but I've just got a strong feeling they'll fade away. Of course, they bought George Saville from us in the summer for £8 million. He's not been getting a lot of praise from their fans or game time. Indeed, he's been spending a lot of his time on the bench. On a side note of their bench, Neil Harris pointed out today very rightly online that, you know, the sort of levels that we're competing at now, They was playing Birmingham last week, and off the bench they bought 30 million, so much money, I can't even say it, £35 million worth of talent in Paddy McNair, Britt Assombalomba and Stuart Downing. Now, I don't think that Harris is using that as an excuse. I think he's more than within his rights to point this out, that this is the sort of thing we are competing against, and at times I feel that even me, as well as the rest of us, we need to get back in our lane and understand exactly what we're up against here. You know, Millwall have never spent £8 million, £30 million in their life, so to see Middlesbrough bring that amount of talent off the bench is frightening, really, especially as they're not, as I said, I'm pretty sure they won't go up. But yeah, I don't think that's an excuse from Harris. I think he's well within his rights, and it will be a tough test this Saturday, but I've got to be honest, I'm quietly confident. And the reason I'm quietly confident is this. As I've said, they currently sit 5th in the table, but West Brom are 4th, and West Brom have scored 25 more goals than them this season, with 55. Middlesbrough have scored 30. We've even scored more, 33. And, you know, I just got a sneaky feeling we're going to go there and do the business this Saturday. They have won 2 of their last 3 games. One of those was a 5-0 drubbing of Peterborough in the FA Cup. But as I said, in the league, they're not scoring too many goals. The one to watch for them, he scored 3 in the last 2. It is the £15 million man signed last summer from Nottingham Forest. Britt Assombalomba caused us problems at the back end of last season, and he will be the one to watch this Saturday at the Riverside. So let's move on to the prediction. Am I just a hopeful romantic, or can we actually pull this off? I'm going to go for a 2-0 Millwall win with Lee Gregory and Ben Marshall to get the goals. And if that happens, I will be doing cartwheels all the way back down the A1. So that's your lot for this pre-match prediction. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't be shy to put your score predictions in the comments below and see if you can get nailed on. Also, check out the other VT that's just gone out in cahoots with this one. I think I've used that in the right term. The score predictions VT from the other boys at Lions TV. Honestly, I fancy us to do the business. I am going Saturday. Somehow I will try and get up there. It will be a very slow journey, but I'll be at the Riverside, so I'll call you in at full time. It feels good to be back. I actually cannot fucking wait. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.